Hi, I'm Lynn Bridgeford from Bios, and in our series on kinesiology, today I'd like to talk about meridians, acupuncture meridians. Applied kinesiology, as we've said, is the muscle testing. So people have worked out muscles that relate to the meridians. Now the acupuncture meridians have been around for a very long time, but they've only been proven recently. But they run through the body. We have yin and yang. So if I were to stand like this, all the yang meridians come from the sun and down, and the yin meridians go from the earth up. So there's 6 yang, 6 yin. We have 2 extra ones we work with. So we're going to look at, there are many muscles related to each meridian, but just to link into the system, we're going to look at the muscles that relate, a few of them, to the meridians, and how we can use that and what it'll tell us. Each meridian has 2 hours that its time is its boss. So there's one meridian goes into the other each 2 hours, so there's 12 for the 24 hours, and the meridians next to each other are in the same element. So there'll be 2 for wood, 2 for water, 2 for earth, 2 for metal, and then there are 4 for fire. So we're going to start with the first meridian, which is the lung meridian. So the first thing we ever do is breathe. So we're going to look at the anterior serratus muscle and look straight ahead, keep your neck relaxed and push back. Thank you. And we're going to switch off and push back. So that one's testing fine. And push back. Push, push, push. And again push. Good. So that one's testing okay. Then we're going to go to the large intestine. And keep your legs straight and push out here and push out here. Now that one may not be related to the organ itself because we found that one out before, didn't we? So this is the tensor fascial lata, big muscle down the side of the leg. I'm going to give the remedy that her body can read. It's a homeopathic frequency of remedy, light going through it onto her skin, and push out, and that tests okay, and push out. So because a muscle relates to an organ doesn't automatically mean there's something wrong with the organ. We just look at the pathways. There are many things, but it's useful to know what organ it is and what time of day it is. If we were living in nature, we'd probably be up at that time because the sun would be up, and then we would open our bowels. So then it's time for breakfast. So we're going to go to the stomach meridian, and we're going to look at pectoralis major clavicular and press here. Again, push, 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 push. Don't give up. And we're going to squeeze the meridian point. Good. And push there. And again. So those are fine. Just for something that relates to both, let's have a look if we push both together. So although the muscle related to the stomach meridian is testing fine, when you test both it's to do with the digestion. So we're not actually doing a treatment, we're just doing some testing, but just as a demonstration I'm going to give her a remedy that may be one that helps with that, and push together, and that one does. Let me just test another one to see if that would work. Your body can read this. It's like when you walk into a room and you feel the energy of an argument or something. That's how that one doesn't work.
I could feel with the first one, my arms were, I could press much harder than when you gave me that one.
And it's not a real strength, it's a locking, as we said in the other video, so it's easier to hold it.
Yeah.
So that's related to the stomach, so that's 7 to 9 in the morning. Then we have 9 to 11, and we come to the spleen. So this is all about sugar. So the latissimus dorsi, big muscle, goes from the base of the pelvis all the way up to the shoulder, and push it, relax that shoulder down and push in. I know you can't see, but I'm doing both sides for completeness. And push in here. And again push in. Okay, and those are both testing okay. So this is 9 to 11 in the morning when we have our 11s. Where our blood sugar might get a little bit low. It's a while after breakfast. We have our cup of tea and a biscuit. That's what we do in the UK anyway. So after that we come to the heart meridian. So this is the subscapularis underneath shoulder blade, relax that arm down and push down. Oops, and again push down. That one's fine. And push down. And again push down. And that one's testing fine. So that's the heart meridian. So remember it's 2 hours for each, and yin, yang. So we started on yin with the lung, then we've gone yang, yin, yang. It goes alternate all the way around. So after the heart, it's now time to eat. So we're going to go to the small intestine, which absorbs all the food. We're going to use the rectus femoris and push up. And again push up. And keep your legs straight and push up. And push up. So those switch on and off. We could also use the quadriceps. Push here. And again. And here. And again. So if that muscle doesn't test well, it doesn't automatically mean there's something going on with the gut. It could be the muscle itself. That's where we need to test which is it, the chemical, mental, physical, emotional. So we could also use this structurally and take the different aspects of the muscle by taking a slightly different angle, because when we're testing sports people, it's not just the pure muscle movement, we're using many different aspects of it, so we can get into that level, which is something I did quite a lot of with nerve entrapment with Clive Lilly-Jones, so that would be more sports related. So back to the meridians. Now we're going to come down to the feet, the bladder meridian. The bladder meridian runs all the way down the spine to the feet. And we're going to push up here, and again, and push up here. Keep that leg relaxed. We're just moving the foot. The muscles are down here. Relax the foot, let me put you there. And push up. And again push up. Okay, so the point is close to where we're testing. That ankle felt a little hesitant with what we're doing. Is that the one that you've done something to before?
Yeah, I broke that ankle.
Okay. The muscle's testing fine, but the ankle wasn't quite sure
Okay.
where to go. And this is often when we've hurt ourselves, proprioception. It's our nervous system's way of knowing where we are in space. So injuries can upset that, so sometimes a movement might seem a bit odd. But back to meridians. So we've gone to the bladder, water meridian, water element. Now another water element, the psoas. Just relax your mouth and push straight up. And again push up. And push up. Whoops, and again push up. It's not good to fall on top of you. So that's the psoas muscle, deep muscle in the spine, front of the spine. So now we've got to evening time and we go to circulation 6, which is the pericardium. It's the heart protector around the fascia around the heart. So we use the gluteus medius and push out and again push out. Good. So glute medius, pericardium, circulation 6 is working well. This is the evening. Then we're coming to triple warmer. So a triple warmer, it's the 3 heater system in the body. It relates to our base energy. And push out and again push out. So that's the teres minor muscle. Push out, push, 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 and again push out. And that one relates to the thyroid energy. So if there was something going on with the thyroid, that might show in that muscle. So now we get from triple warmer down to the gallbladder. So the gallbladder is a muscle in the knee, gallbladder meridian. Popliteus, if you push up here, that one isn't switching on. Bend this leg and push here. That one switches on and it switches off. So this is the knee you had a problem with, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's just see if we touch here, if that makes any difference. And push here, no difference. So it's not to do with the meridian. Let's touch the muscle while I'm testing and push out. And that strengthens. So there's a muscle issue going on. We know there's something going on in the joint from something we did before. So we'd need to look at the structural aspect of that. But there are times that some issues can be related to something going on with the organ or the toxicity. So this is just simply showing the meridians and some of the tests and a little snippet of some things we do with them. So from the gallbladder, same wood meridian, push this way. way. Okay, so that's the pectoralis major sternal, big muscle that comes across to the sternum, and that relates to the liver energy. So we all on the planet at the moment have a lot to deal with our livers. There's a lot of toxicity that we don't feel or see, but it's in the air, in the water, in the food. Microwaves, radiation, chemicals, we have a lot to deal with. So we have the 2 extra meridians that zip up the body and push out here. This is the supraspinatus muscle, and that's testing weak both sides. So this muscle relates to the organ of the brain. Does it make any sense to you why that might test weak?
I had meningitis when I was about 17.
Okay.
So that, but like I've also had car accident. I had a car accident, so
Okay.
might be something to do with that.
There are many things. The body has the answer. Let's just do a quick test. So if we test with this hemisphere, and we test here. So I'm just testing the opposite hemispheres of the brain. So we're going to do some cross crawl to simulate what you would have done as a baby to cross patterning the brain. So if you do a kind of a march, laying down opposite arms and legs, so give it some go, one leg and then the other. You can get some good core exercise while you're at it. And really get things moving. Doesn't have to be fast, but we want the movement to get up into the brain. So this is what the babies are doing when they're crawling, so make sure they crawl. Or do this with them, you'd have to lift their legs. So let's have a look at the supraspinatus. And that's testing better. So that may not be the full solution for what you've got going on. We may need to do some cranial work. If that's the case, we'll do some further investigation. But if you're studying or overthinking or your brain's tired, stop and do some cross crawl. You can stand up, do it to music. Do it opposition. So star jumps are not opposition. So you need to do arms up, legs out, arms up, legs out to have it opposition. So that's just a little sample of how we use the muscles related to the meridians in kinesiology, with a little bit of information from things we've found along the way. Thank you so much for watching. I'm really enjoying sharing my journey and my knowledge with you, and I hope it's a help to you with your learning and your understanding. Please subscribe, like, write in the comments below, and go across to my other channels. I have Instagram, Lynn Bridgeford. I have Facebook channels for the clinic, for the yoga, and interact with me on all the channels, and I would be happy to connect with you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thank you so much.